Well, well, look who decided to show. Better late than never, I guess, even though we've already pretty much finished the job for them.
How come those guys get all the cool toys?
They look good in those photos they staged for the press.
Bravo 1 Charlie, this is Mike 1 Juliet. Your orders are to join up with the 32nd Armored Division for the final push into Zaborrad. Over.
Yeah? We were hoping for some R&R at this point. Over?
That's just gonna have to wait. We're low on troops right now, so Command is throwing everything we've got at that town. And that includes your squad. Over.
I hear you. Out.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefield Bad Company. I'm switching out for the power tool because protecting these guys, it'll come in handy. So we're getting our first close-up look at some of the tanks in this game. They're actually really nice. I don't know, I mean, I haven't seen tanks in too many games, but they really do feel like actual military hardware.
Alright, we need to make sure that these tanks reach East Zaborrad or the attack will fail. Stay close to them and keep your eyes open.
There are a few different ways you can do this section. I think the way you're meant to do it is to stay here on foot and just wait as the tanks go by and cover them from any infantry attacks. You can also, though, hop into the tank and ride in the gunner seat and take out anyone that way. It's pretty much up to you. If you see these suspicious looking houses, then it's fairly obvious where the ambush is supposed to be coming from. You can chase these guys down and you'll find a few people in each house. They're fairly heavy on RPGs because obviously they're trying to ambush the tank, so you shouldn't have too much trouble taking them out. The main thing is just to make sure that you do actually kill them before they get too many shots on the tanks, of course. One thing which they are pretty nice about is how much damage the tanks can take and how accurate the enemies are. It's not like if you miss a couple of them, they'll instantly kill one of the tanks.
Light tanks up ahead!
Now, this is not an advisable way to take out a tank, but it is extremely fun. The power tool does a significant amount of damage at close range, and as you can see, it will pretty much take out armor if you can stay alive long enough to kill it. Of course, if you don't feel like going out on a limb like that, then you can just hang back and the tanks will pretty much take care of them. As long as you kill the RPG guys attacking the tanks, they do a pretty damn good job at defending themselves. There are a few different ambush spots like this, and even if you don't exactly see them coming, as long as you react quickly enough to their attacks, then you won't really have a problem. The other thing is that there's plenty of downtime in between the attacks, so you have enough time to get out and get your power tool and repair the tanks from any damage they've taken. You can see here that I can sit in the gunner seat, and the machine gun on these things is pretty much the same as the machine gun on the other vehicles that we've used, but of course it's completely enclosed, so you don't really need to worry about taking fire from anyone, unless of course you get trapped in the tank when it blows up. When a vehicle hits zero armor, then it does take a few seconds before it explodes, but normally the game won't let you get out, even if you have, really fast reaction times. And that's about it. We've reached the end of this section. I'm going to heal up the tanks, although I'm not entirely sure you have to. As long as they reach the end, it doesn't really matter how much health they have.
goddamn tank behind you had nothing to do with it, right?
In general, it's not too good an idea to leave anyone lying behind you, so I tend to try and take them out if I can. It's kind of a balancing act though, because you want to keep moving, especially to keep the game interesting, and you don't want to be going after every single enemy. Sometimes it's better just to cut and run.
We're clear. We're clear. Good work, boys. We got them through.
Bravo 1 Charlie, this is Mike 1 Juliet. Over.
Mike 1 Juliet, this is Bravo 1 Charlie. Over.
We're gonna keep you out of the main battle for a while. But there's something else I need you to do. Over.
I bet there is. Over.
I need you to find the Zaborrad command post and disable their communications before they call in any reinforcements. You do a good job on this? Maybe I can get your boys out of bad company. Over.
If it's getting us out of here, we're all over it. Right, Sarge?
Mike 1 Juliet, we're gonna go take a look. Out. Let's move out.
So we need to run through Zaborrad and get to the other side to get to these radio equipment. Now there are a lot of enemies and a fair number of armor pieces in here, so in general I find it best just to run straight through the place. Maybe it's just a little bit of role-playing, seeing as, you know, our idea is to get there as fast as possible. You don't want to stay and kill everyone. But in general, it also ends up being a little easier because you're quite outnumbered and moving through killing everyone would be quite slow. You kind of see what I mean about if you're stuck reloading, there's not much you can do except weave and duck and try and stay out of fire until you finish reloading. There's some C4 conveniently at the bottom of the stairs there, and I thought Redford was an enemy because it would pretty much be impossible for him to get up here without me noticing.
Regroup!
Bravo 1 Charlie, this is Mike 1 Juliet. Looks like you were too late, Sergeant. They made the call. More hostiles inbound. Over.
We moved as quickly as we could. Over!
You're supposed to go home tomorrow, Sergeant. This is no time to start making mistakes. I need you to get your act together.
What was that?
Bravo 1 Charlie, you've got a new priority order. We have a downed tank in the city square. I need you to find a good defensive position and protect it until our engineers can get it out. You hear me, Sergeant? Over.
Roger that. Any further information about what they're throwing at us? Over.
No intel on that. I'm sure you'll find out. Out.
We're on it. Out. You heard her. We go to the square and we try to get a visual on that tank.
I'm not entirely sure if this is meant to be a takeoff of the very similar Modern Warfare mission, but it's pretty fun and it's a nice sort of entrenchment defense mission.
Just let the engineers worry about that. Our job is to defend it till they get here. The end.
That building over there looks like a decent defensive position.
Oh man, am I glad to see you guys. I got myself into a bit of trouble here. You guys don't got any jumper cables on you, do you?
There's a auto tool right there next to the tank, which is pretty convenient. It will be taking a fair amount of damage in this mission. There are quite a few RPG soldiers around and we'll have some armor coming in later, so it'll be quite difficult to actually keep the tank alive without at least repairing it. And one of the problems I normally encounter here is that I need to get back onto my gun fairly quickly after using the RPG to fend off any incoming assaults, but that doesn't leave a whole lot of time for actually reloading the RPG. You'll see a little later when I go to use it next time, it's unloaded and that kind of costs you. You've got to be careful again if you want to actually finish reloading the RPG and risk being without your gun, or if you just switch immediately and be ready. Personally, I find it quite hard to see where the RPGs are going to be coming from before they're actually fired, which generally means that the tank is going to be taking a few hits before I can actually kill anyone. However, your team is, again, pretty good in this section, so if you're not quite taking up all the slack, then they'll kill some other people for you.
Where's that goddamn army?
I got him!
For some reason, this guy just wouldn't die no matter how much I hit him. It's a little weird with the bullet travel time. You do need to lead your targets a little, even at medium range, but it's kind of hard to get your eye in sometimes, especially when they're moving quite fast. And there's some armor coming in. One thing the power tool is quite useful for is seeing what the health of the tank is. Otherwise, there's no real way to find out.
Keep him off me! Keep him off me!
I was trying to keep it alive there, but honestly, there's just not much I could do. You just need to kind of run out and kill the BDMA before it gets a chance to kill the tank too much. And again, I was kind of screwed up by having that rocket launcher unloaded. It did come back and bite me. Now, normally it only takes a couple of solid hits to take one of these things down. But if your aim isn't quite up to scratch, then you might have a little bit more of a problem. I'm not quite sure if the rockets have random motion or if I was just extremely unlucky there, but it seems like that one was going straight forward and then just swerved out of the way.
I think that was all of them. They're our boys, finally.
Yeah. And the world,
Squad!
well, no,
Regroup!
that few stood against many. And that... Yeah, we kicked their asses.
Bravo 1 Charlie, this is Mike 1 Juliet. The enemy is evacuating a large weapons cache. Should be a good opportunity for the final push on the harbor. And try not to screw up this time around. Out.
Harbor, eh? You think there might be some mercenaries down there?
Why? Because you think they may have some gold?
Yeah.
Let's go.
You'll notice there that as soon as I get a new objective, it highlights on the radar, and the red section of the map, which was forbidden, sort of updates and will become, movable.
You know, I don't think we're getting the credit that we deserve. We've taken most of this town by ourselves, and...
Well, Miss Yulai did say something about getting transferred out of the company. The road's out. Looks like we're walking. Let's go up this hill here. We need a better view.
Look, they're leaving. All of them.
we actually did it! You think we're gonna get that transfer?
I don't know, but you've deserved it.
Yeah, right. Hey, check it out. Down by those trucks. Those are mercs, right?
Looks like that.
Shouldn't we stop them? You know, ask some questions, maybe search them?
Our orders are to secure this area, so I guess.
What? No, hang on. Well, what happened to not taking any chances? What about playing it safe? These guys could be dangerous, and you're going home tomorrow, remember?
This will only take a minute.
So once again, we find ourselves up against the Legionnaires. They're fairly well equipped, but as long as you take it carefully, then you won't have too much trouble attacking. There's a few bottlenecks, and honestly this area isn't too large, so there's only a limited number of mercenaries. You do have to be careful of their weapons though. If they start hitting you, you should get into cover quickly, because they will eat away your health faster than you might expect. Yeah, for some reason the bullets wouldn't go through the holes in that girder there. I guess it was just set up as completely blocking bullets and wasn't actually modelled with accurate detection. It's not usually too much of a trouble, but sometimes it can be annoying when you expect to be able to hit someone and then you can't.
Shit! We need a medic over here!
Dead, all right. Come on, Haggard, can we get back to the others now?
Nothing. Not even a nugget.
Where are they going so fast?